Hello everyone, this is another video that I'm recording trying to help everyone to get better and stronger in state of survival. So this one I'm going to focus on talents. So talents, you have two options. You have the war talents and the economy talents. So in this case, mine are right now in war. So one thing you should know, you don't need to put the talents everywhere. You just need to focus on where you want to get. So for me, talents on war, the main goal here is getting to this one, this level of march capacity. So the objective is to get this 10 out of 10. So to get there, most of you and me, we couldn't fill all the options here and get there. So you have to make choices. You don't need to go both ways. So in this case, I went up. So I decided to buff up my attack and defense infantry so I can get to the second point. On the second point, I decided to go down here for lethality and health for my riders instead of attack and defense. So then I got to the urgent recall. In here, I decided to go up, so I gave my hunters an attack and defense buff. Use here the training capacity. In here, I went down with attack and defense for my hunters. No, sorry, I only use the attack for the hunters because I opted for the infantry up top. So I got to this march capacity. In here, I went just for lethality for hunters and health for hunters. And then I got here and I went again for infantry, attack and defense. And then I got where I wanted, this march capacity 10 out of 10. When I got here, I had like 20 or something points above. So I decided to use here on the riders here and went back and put a few. For example, I put this one here on attack for hunters because infantry is a defensive unit, so it's the first defense that you have against opponents. So the best stats for infantry is defense and health. If you go on the other side, you have hunters. So in hunters you need attack and lethality are the most important ones. So since the game combines defense with attack and combines health with lethality, because if they didn't do that, everyone would focus solely on the most important ones. So in this case, it makes you join some of them together and make options. So in this case, this is an option to get to here. As I said, the march capacity is the most important thing. So when you're developing your base, you're trying to grow and do some buildings and research, you need to switch to economy, this one here. How do you do that? You have this reset option here up top, and you can use it by going, for example, to your alliance. You get your alliance store, and then you can buy talent points reset. That's written here. Okay, you purchase some, and you go back to your talents. You reset them all, and you go to economy and start putting them in here. So for me, the most important thing in this talent branch is the rapid development here and these tool improvements. So I can get to here. Most of you probably also can. So what we can do is we need to focus, for example, always on tool improvement. That gives you building construction speed. Tech improvement is also good because when you activate this rapid development, you get 20% down on the time that takes to build things or research things for 5 minutes. So you have to go to activate this on your talents. In this case, I have war talents, so it doesn't show the rapid development one. But when you switch to economy, in here you have the rapid development one. You click here, you get a timer for 5 minutes, and you have to do your upgrades. It will take you down 20%. My advice in this department is also you go to your colony, you go to your settlement buffs. Before you activate your talent, you go here, you go development, and you get, for example, you can do research speed also if you're planning on doing 2 or 3 to push 2 or 3 researchers, you can do this, and you can go for the 10 for 2 hours or 15 for only use one of these two because you don't need this big one. This is not that expensive, 2K biocaps, so it's not that expensive. You can save that easily. And you have the construction speed. You can use also the 10% here. It's 2K biocaps also. So with this, 2 buffs, one from the talents and one for the things that you get here, you get a very, very big decrease on your time. So just for comparison, my HQ development for level 27, it would be 19 days with all these buffs, and I used the 10%. I didn't use the 15%. It dropped to 12 days. So I saved 7 days. 7 days is a lot of speed ups that you need to spend to make up for the difference. So for that, you also need to maximize your talent. So when you activate it, go with research also, because when you get to higher levels, your research, as you can see here, will start going for 3, 4, 5 days. So it starts to get, this one is 2 days, for example. I have more here ahead. 3 days, you have research for 3 days, you have research for 4 days. So 4 days and almost 5 days. So in this case, you can see a very, very big difference. So my advice to you is when you choose to do a big power up, developing HQ, developing big buildings like the Euro Precinct, always go with that talent and also use the research you have. So save your speed up, save everything, and when you decide to go forward, do it everything together, because you have a very, very big upside about using those talents. And the second thing that I want to talk about is regarding events. So in here you see all the events that are coming here, the Reservoir Raid, the Alliance Showdown and everything. But what I need to focus is on the big ones. We had recently a Survival of the Fittest event where you could get wolf fragments. You have the Ray Roulette where you could get Trish fragments, and you have the event for the vouchers where you could get Jeb's fragments. So these are the 3 main events on Survival of the State of Survival, because those give you legendary fragments and give you the base of the game, that is the heroes. So in that case, my advice for you all is the following. So you, during the time, let's see, for example, you have bundles. You can get bundles. You can get, for example, a nice one, for example, is here, this crate, because, for example, you can get here a lot of tactical gear designs that are only available if you buy them, and in here you buy them for a nice price. So in this case, you have always these battle bundles, for example, that give you a big discount on everything if you choose to go for them. Take them when they are with high rewards. In this case, is you see 2000% decrease, so it's good. But don't use them. My advice to you is stack up on things. Don't, for example, if you go to my heroes here, you see Wolf. At this moment I have 41 fragments. I'm not upgrading him. I don't need him. In this case, if you go down here, the other ones I don't have that many fragments. If you go, for example, to Eva, I have enough fragments to upgrade it. I'm not doing that. So all of these I could upgrade them, but I don't honestly need them right now, because what we are doing now in this off phase between events and between big things is doing showdown, is doing throwdown, even in Reservoir Raid. Our daily tasks consists on killing fins, killing plagues, and doing small things. Even if something breaks out and you need to go on a raid party, burn some alliance or attack someone, you have to understand that it's not upgrading one hero that will make a big difference. It's not upgrading one piece of gear that will make a difference. You need to see that when you get to those events, everything that you do on your village, upgrading hero gear, upgrading shift gear, you will get rewards for that. So, and those rewards can get really, really, really big. So on the last event, I think I finished 40. So it's an okay position for someone that is considered like a light spender. But in that case, 40 gave me 10 wolf fragments. So, and I didn't do that much saving. So if you go throughout the period in between big events and you just get some bundles there, here and there, you get those speed ups and you save them, because there is no use for you, for example, to finish this melee defense 4. This won't give me anything extra that I don't get, so I can kill the plagues I want, I can join all the rallies, I can get my fins, I can get all the fragments, I can do my radar perfectly. So there is no big urgency of doing that. I know it's difficult because everyone that buys a bundle just wants to try it and improve and see that big number of BP going up. But if you save everything, when it gets to those events, you will see a very big difference. So I'm starting to save up on speed ups. I'm starting to save up on equipment. I'm starting to save up. You can see I'm also saving up those fragments, and to manage to get them all out when, for example, survival of the fittest event comes up. Other thing, don't forget your biocaps. So try to save the most biocaps you can. So don't waste your biocaps, because as you could see on the voucher event, you could buy jeb fragments for biocaps. It will happen 1 month from now, more or less, when the Generation 3 heroes come up. You will be able to spend 15k biocaps to get 10 more fragments of a legendary hero. So you can use biocaps to spin raise roulette also. That will allow you to get the fragments you need for another hero, legendary hero. So you should focus your development and stacking as many things as you can get in order to get the best rewards for your spending. So if you save all of that and you spend then the exact right time on those events, you will get much more for your money, or much more for your hard work, because this is not only for spenders, it's for everyone, because you can stack up on fragments, those epic fragments. It's from daily talks. You can get some Madi fragments, you can get Nicola fragments, and you don't get that much of an advantage just by upgrading them in the middle of the week. That doesn't mean anything for you in the game. So you have to focus, save up, stockpile everything that you can, put everything here in your backpack. When the time comes, spend it all and use everything you can to get a top 10, a top 20, a top 13 position. Because it might sound low. If you get place 40, you get like 10 legendary fragments, but it's 10 legendary fragments more than you would get if you did all those upgrades 1 week before. You have to, everything counts. This is a game that will last for a long time. You have to aim for the long run, for the long project. So you have to think that you need to get the most out of your time or the most out of your money. Even if you're a big spender, if you like to spend on the game, if you can get a bit more for what you spend, it's always better. So my advice for you is focus on what you need to upgrade, what you want to upgrade, save everything during the weeks in between events, and go all out during those events. Okay, thank you guys, see you next time.